Hello everyone, I hope you're doing fantastic. Today's video is going to be a book review of the book Cage of Souls by Adrian Tchaikovsky. This is a dystopian, post-apocalyptic, sci-fi adult book. I think it's a new release that it got released recently, and that's why I also want to talk about this book, because I haven't heard other people's opinions and I'm so curious. So in this book, you basically have to follow this main character called Stefan Advani, and he gets sent out to this island where all of the outlaws of society are sent to, like prisoners and lawbreakers and those kind of people. You don't really know in the beginning how he's sent there or why, and it's just a very uninhabitable environment. The prison guards are just treating the prisoners like shit. They're just killing them for any reason, every reason, like they enjoy it. There's some really creepy, scary characters in here. And Stefan Advani, he's a scholar. I think he's a social historian, I want to say. He just doesn't fit in, but he's like trying to survive. And he's telling about his past like slowly as the book goes on. There's different chapters who just focus solely on his past, and you also get to learn about the last city on earth, which is Shadrapad, which is basically what this book is all about. They call it the Cage of Souls for reasons that will be revealed later on. And in Shadrapad, there's basically only 100,000 humans left, and this is about the extinction of humanity, or like how humanity gets eradicated, which is so scary. I thought it was such a scary book because it's not what we hope. Like, we hope we're gonna save the planet, we hope we're gonna live forever, but the truth is the planet is gonna save itself no matter what, and it's just humanity that's gonna disappear, which is a natural thing. I mean, we're basically doing it to ourselves anyways, and like the way we're going, this is going to happen. But what is so scary about this book is that the people who are left, they are so ignorant and barely have any knowledge of the past. They don't know about like technology, the internet, Wi-Fi, anything that we created in the past, because it seems like something happened to make humanity decrease in numbers, and now they just live in this little part of the world, this small city, which is all they know and all they will ever know, and they live off of everything that is already working and everything that's already trash or they can fix. They're not creating anything new because they don't have the knowledge or the willingness to create or discover new things. So it's such a scary part of the world, like where we don't have all the knowledge we think we have. Like, there's one part in this where they find an iPad or some sort of iPod, and they're just like, yeah, it was just like a brick, like it was completely useless. And on the internet there probably would have been, or whatever the future iPad would be for, like would be so much information, but they don't have the way to get to it, which is so frustrating. And there's also a secret society underground, which is interesting. So you follow the underground environment, you follow the city environment. There's also part of a desert environment because the rest of the world is basically desert, and the jungle where the prison is. And so it's a lot of these different environments, which I thought was really cool and really interesting. And it's also really interesting to see how the earth survives even though we don't, and how like mutations and new animals and that kind of thing develops. It's just really interesting. So I gave this book 5 stars, but it's maybe like 4.75 because even though I loved it, I did have some issues with certain parts of it, but I also understand why the author did what he did. So the main character, Stefan Advani, he is writing this book. So this is the book that he's writing, so he's talking to you, and it worked out really well, and it also solved a lot of issues I had. The main issue I had with this book is that there's not really any scientific knowledge or explanation for what's happening. They don't say what events that led to this happening. They don't say anything, that they don't give you any explanation, which is frustrating, but it also makes sense because of this world and the character. He doesn't know this stuff, so how could he write it, you know? But I also am really curious to see what actually happened for the world to become this way. And I find that really frustrating, but it's also good because it makes you think a lot. And a really interesting element in this book, which I really liked, is that he meets this character who is from the past, and he took a time machine to this book and he's telling about this world with all these different languages, and he knows a language he doesn't know. Like, there's only one language in this book, and all these cultures and all these things that existed, but he can't travel back. Like, it was a one-way path and the time machine broke, so he can't travel back. But he doesn't also have, I don't know why he doesn't have the knowledge to actually help the society. That would be interesting, but that he doesn't know also what happened in between, which was interesting. I don't know, I just find this book really interesting. It made me think a lot. It was also really scary and like intimidating. The language and the writing style is super easy and fun to get through. It's not a hard read, and it's constantly like entertaining. Like, you would not be bored at any point while reading this book, which was so refreshing, and I really like that because a lot of sci-fi can be very heavy. I don't know, the writing is just weighty, and I have Children of Time by him, which I haven't read, so I was like, what if I buy this book and I don't like it and I have that book? But I really enjoyed his writing. It was so easy, so fun, even in the environment that it was situated. Also, this author has released a lot of books, and it was really refreshing to see or read a well like read and, I don't know, experienced author. Like, it's a huge difference between reading a debut and someone who's already written like 16 books, and you can just tell, and it was really good. In general, I highly recommend this book. I hope some of you read it, or if you're watching this video, I guess that I wish there's more like sciencey aspects of it, but it was just so visual and real, and I really felt like I was there experiencing it with him. So it was just such a great book. Like, the characters feel so real, the environment feels so real, like I can really see it in front of me, which is what I look for in a book. So it's very like submersive. Hope you guys enjoyed this review, and tell me your thoughts of this book down below. I would really love to know. Actually, before I end this, I want to read a quote that was at the end of the book that just really stuck with me. So this is just one quote of many good ones in this book. "It is a great lie of civilization that the things we invest with our emotions are real and important, but they are not. Take away the people and they vanish into smoke. All those idle dreams, government, money, education, love, revenge, all these things are parasites that cannot survive without the host." And I just really like that, so I just wanted to read it for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you have a brilliant day. Comment your thoughts down below. I would love to know. And yeah, have a good one, guys. Bye!